I'm Tom. There's a reading for AA. AA wants to know. AA emailed me twice. So I like a guy. Will I get married to him? When will I get married? So you like a guy, and you want to know if you're going to marry him, and you also want to know when you will get married. So this person gave the date of birth of 75, and his date of birth is 67. Okay, so we're using the Thoth, Toth, Thoth, and my Oracle deck, and I have drawn the card Wealth for your particular situation. So, question is, will I get married to this guy that I like? So, it appears that he has his own timeline for things like that, and he has sort of the control, it seems, over the situation. Obviously, there's two parties involved with that, but as far as the cards go, we have this puppeteering feel here. So he has control over the situation of that, and it's one of those things to where he may not be in a position that he's very comfortable doing that. He may be in a situation where he's still sort of not really shopping around, but he's trying to get his life settled. So it looks like he's gone through some changes as per this card, and sort of that transitional period between one thing and the next. So my question, if you were here, would be, did he just come off of another relationship? Because I find it interesting that we have the happiness, that we have the change, sort of that moving forward along, but it starts with this sort of the puppeteering feel, or that feel of that mixture of control. And so he definitely needs to be in control. He's one of those signs that needs to have control, needs to be comfortable with everything. If he's not completely in control of anything, maybe he's a bit of a control freak, I don't know. But it seems like he needs to be in control of a lot of situations, and obviously marriage is going to be one of those, that the situation that's going to be back and forth with him. And again, I'm going to ask, did he just come off of a bad relationship? And I ask that because of the change card, and then we have just a terrible card in between, etc. So it's one of those things to where you're going to have to maintain purity of yourself, if that makes sense. So maintain sort of a not really respect, but of course respect for yourself, but more of a self-discipline, to where even though you like a person or whatnot, it's difficult to move forward with that unless you have a firm commitment type thing, and you know that it's going to work out, and you sort of shop to, you clearly not 20 years old, so it's not a thing to where you're going to go on a different date every day or something like that, but it's one of those things to where you need to make sure the person that you're going to marry has that commitment in mind. So one of those things to where he may be a bit of a control freak, or not control freak, he may be one of those that really enjoys being in control, or really enjoys pulling all the strings type thing. It's what you see from the cards. And he's still trying to catch up on happiness from a change for the next two cards. But again, this may not be the best person for, I guess, a long-term relationship until he moves past the previous relationship. So again, it seems like he had a previous relationship, and he sort of needs to move past that, or move forward, and get sort of recovered and get control back, from the previous situation. So it's one of those things where you need some recovery time, in other words. So one of those things to where you may not be the best situation until that happens. So you may have to be patient, in other words, if this particular guy is who you're interested in, etc., etc., etc. So it does look like that you will get married. It looks like it's going to take a while. It looks like it'll take a few years. So looking at 1 to 2 years according to the cards. So again, never make any major life decisions based upon a fat man reading your cards on YouTube. I'm just saying the cards are pointing to 1 to 2 years for a marriage, which sort of makes sense. Even if you got with this guy, you definitely want to sort of get to know him, and sort of make sure that he has all the qualities that you would like in a long-term relationship. a long-term relationship is indeed a long-term relationship, and it may not be something that you want to leap into quickly or etc. So it looks like 1 to 2 years you will get married. However, it doesn't really look like it's going to be this guy unless he goes through that recovery process from a previous relationship. So if you're interested in this guy, sure, hit him up and try it out. But as far as long-term things go, as far as marriage goes and whatnot, it's going to be a little while. I mean, that's not too far, so it's going to be a little while, and I would use that time to sort of get settled with what you really want. Have that list of, these are the qualities that I want in a long-term relationship, and find the person that has those qualities, and just sort of make sure that you're going to be happy in the relationship rather than getting married and being miserable. Master the obvious here. So anyway, that's what it points to. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. So we did draw a positive card. The positive card does mean that, you will get married. And we're sort of looking at that twos and ones and the 2 to the 3, 1 to 2 year, etc. So that's what we're looking at as far as numbers go. That's what we're looking at as far as the timelines go. As far as this person, just make sure that he's fully over the previous relationship before jumping into anything, so you don't get that rebound relationship, that weirdness that we have with a rebound relationship. Anyway, that is my reading for AA. If you would like a free tarot reading, please email me at the link in the description. And as always, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.